You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day Chiropractic Bootcamp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle. Hey everybody, Jim Chester coming to you live. I'm out here in Grand Junction, Colorado. I've had a venue change. I moved from the Mile High City out here to the Grand Valley. I have Dr. Barbara Eaton on with me today. She is up in the Eagle River, Alaska, which is just north of Anchorage, I think, and just south of the area that I went out to, Palmer and Wasilla. I know that you're out there in Anchorage, and what you do is something really cool in the chiropractic world. You teach people how to become successful. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about the 56-day boot camp that I know you help a lot of people with.
Oh, awesome. Hey, Jim, thank you so much for having me today. And thanks for all your time. We've had an awesome, Jim and I have been on the phone, here talking for 2.5 hours. And that's been, hey, Andrea, so good to see you. I was just thinking about you the other day because Andrea and I had this long powwow in a parking lot. And I was in that parking lot the other day. We were on the phone. So we go way, way, way back. So great to see you, hon. Anyway, yeah, so the 56-day Chiropractic Bootcamp to double your business, it's me. I go hard. I go fast. I'm obsessed with individuals being successful, with seeing their brilliance, with living to their optimum potential, that it's not just something that we talk about, but instead these are the tools in which and how you can do that. And so that's the 56-day Chiropractic Bootcamp. It launched basically May of 2017.
That's really cool. And I know that we've become friends over the past couple months. And something really cool is that we're running a series on women in chiropractic with the Chiro Hustle podcast. And it's more than a podcast at this point. It's more of a chiropractic movement that we've created within the chiropractic world with media attention and driving the chiropractic message, not only to the chiropractors, but to the chiropractic audience that doesn't know that they need it yet. But you're the first woman on our series of 16 straight weeks of women in chiropractic. Let's talk a little bit about what that means to you and what it means to be a part of the leadership for the women in chiropractic.
Yeah, well, first, again, I just want to say thank you for shining light onto this group of, in our profession, women, as we all know, 50% of the students now in chiropractic college are females, and there are amazing chiropractors all over this world, male and female. And it's nice that the women are getting some attention now. Hey, Dr. Rebecca, great to see you. Thanks for joining us all the way up in Maine. I love Dr. Rebecca. She's new to practice and just killing it. And she is a member of the boot camp and a private coaching client as well. So what is it? It's no secret men and women are different. And I think it's really important to say that we are different. And, when at home, who do you go ask for something first? Do you go ask mom or do you go ask dad? It's usually mom. Mom knows what's going on. Mom's the CEO of her home. And it's really cool to see that happens in our practices as well. And one of the things that I really want to challenge women with, whether you're a mom or going to be a mom or you have passed that phase or not interested, is to make sure that in all aspects of our life, we're obsessed. When you're in the office, even if you're only in the office 5 hours a week, be obsessed and serve at maximum capacity when you're there. When you're home, be obsessed. I was just telling Jim, I think one of the things that I see happens in so many chiropractors and why they just feel so much weight on them is that life just continues to be the same. They get up and they make donuts and they go home and they're doing the same thing. And then they go on vacation. And their vacation is the exact same thing as what it was at home. It's just a different venue. That's not really experiencing life on huge levels. I was telling Jim, tonight we're going out for a midnight ride on our snow machine. So that the life that I do, my quote unquote career, is way different than my personal life. It's all intense, but it's not the same thing over and over and over again. And I applaud Jim for making the move from one side of the Rockies to the other, because that's what was best for his heart. And that's like me living in Alaska. If you don't live somewhere that you love, do whatever you got to do to get there and to go experiencing places that you think that you want to live, and then pick up and move. It's worth it. You can always go back to your old place, but take the chance on yourself and your dreams and your heart and your passion, and then live in a place that you love.
Yeah, and I can't tell you how much value I got from our 2.5 hours off of the interview chat we had, just getting to know each other better. But I know that something we were talking about is that you didn't share with me is why Facebook Lives? Why do you coach your tribe to do Facebook Lives, and why are they so important for marketing and branding?
Right here. I mean, this is why. Like, you and I are connecting with Dr. Andrea in California, and Dr. Rebecca in Maine, and Dr. Dan in Colorado, and who knows how, like all of the different people. And I think that there's a huge sense of authenticity in Facebook Live. Like, you're seeing me, like, this is my office, this is where I do my stuff. That's where you do your stuff. It's also free. And we've never before, as business owners and marketers, had an opportunity to be involved in something that recruits for you for free. Like Facebook Live, it goes out and Facebook says, hey, everybody, listen, Barb and Jim, they're going live. Come over here, listen in. And then you get to evergreen it too. I mean, it's the most incredible technology. And if you're not using it, I don't understand why. If it's because you're afraid, join the boot camp, you'll get over it. That's one of your first assignments. You have to post a welcome video in the boot camp. And many of the boot campers, when they're in front of the camera, are like, this is the first one I've ever done. And then they go on to do Facebook Lives, like Dr. Michelle Schwinn. She's doing a couple a day now. Why? Because it's free and it's a great technology. So if you need help, ask for it. But don't let yourself off the hook this year and not get involved with Facebook Live.
I love it. Kat Sarah says this shit is real. And Rob Vasquez says he loves us. And here's Dan McCoy saying, what's up, rock star, coach and interviewer. Yeah, it's great. It's great to have such an awesome tribe. And, I said really great stuff about Dan the other day. Like I dubbed him as the Red from Shawshank Redemption. Like if you need something in the chiropractic world, you ask Dan McCoy. The guy's a connector.
Him for a broadcast, and I'm like, Dan, help me. And he's like, no problem. I got you covered. So Dan is another guy on my team. Love him. I can't say enough about him.
Yeah, and that's just it. Is like this. I got this cool shirt on today for the Samurai, the Chiro Sushi Samurai Mentor Group, and you and I are both mentors in that group, and let's just talk a little bit about our good friend Tristan with the Chiro Sushi seminar, and let's talk a little bit about what it means to be a part of this mentor group.
Yeah, love. I mean, I think. If you don't know Tristan Schaub yet, you're missing out. Reach out to me. I'll connect you with him. He is give back, and he's actually one of the coaches in the 56-day chiropractic bootcamp to double your business. He does week 6, which is hacking social proof. He just joined me, and Jim did as well for my marketing summit. And Tristan did an awesome job about website and SEO, and Jim did an awesome job on reaching out to your community and marketing. And it's this group of individuals. Really and truly, our mission is to give back. It's to give back. It's to raise up. It's to, if you've heard me talk much, I talk about the 5 A's: applause, approval, acceptance, appreciation, and acknowledgement. And it's to find those who need help and bring you up, because we're all in this together. We're all at a different stage of our journey. I mean, Jim and I were just talking about like our beat ups throughout life. Like this face hasn't always been like, yay, and his hasn't been either. Like, we've all got our story. And if you don't have one yet, it's coming. I'm just letting you know, it's coming. And Tristan is just like anybody I connect him with, whether it's through Facebook or it's a text message or in any capacity, Tristan is right there to help. And he is who he is. And I love his heart. I love that he has crossed so many barriers and boundaries in chiropractic, and just says like, let's come together, and maybe we don't like each other, but let's keep our eyes on the big vision. And that's to advance chiropractic, because we're advancing chiropractors, right? Like chiropractic is nothing without the chiropractors who hold that sacred trust to be true. And each one of you watching, we need you. We need you to be your very best. And we're here to help you. And Tristan, love you to death. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all you do.
Yeah, and that's just it, is we have such a unique group of people with, like, I call it the Avengers of chiropractic sometimes. Like we all have like the superhuman power to like bring chiropractic to the next level. And I always go back to the thing that Liam Schubel would always say, we want to get everybody checked for vertebral subluxation and adjusted if necessary. And if we can't express our full human potential with having a nervous system that's functioning the way it's supposed to, then we don't know what we're really existing on this life that we get. So I think that it's to the point where we need to start branding chiropractic stronger, that everybody knows that it's not just about their aches and pains, but it's about their quality of life. And I think that that's really, as a tribe, of what we're doing right now with our media. And like you said earlier, Facebook Lives, what does that do to us? It turns us into our own media company. It turns chiropractic into its own media agency. It turns us into these little like pods of people that are out there planting the chiropractic message to people. And I think that we just have to be more consistent than anybody else in the marketplace for our message to be heard. And I think that that's what this Facebook Live gets a chance for people to do. Now let's change the momentum a little bit and go back to you. And let's talk a little bit about why you found the need for this 56-day boot camp and what it's doing for the people that you help.
So can I backtrack just for a second? So something you said. So for me, life is a lot about and, it's not about or. Like I choose both, right? I want to go to bed early and I want to get up early. I want to do it all. And so chiropractic care is about helping people who are in pain. It is about resolving symptoms in order for people to live well, right? Mm-hmm. Because individuals, like I see in our profession, there are times that we have this mentality of, don't talk to me about your problems. Don't talk to me about your pain. Don't talk to me. Like that's really real to that person. And that's the reason why many people start chiropractic care. So let's embrace that and not make them wrong or chiropractors wrong who are serving that population well. And let's remember that the majority of individuals who come into any office, it's because they have a problem. So as a result of helping them see that my body can heal from the inside out, that I don't need drugs or surgery, I don't need outside stuff. I just got to I just have to be connected again to innate intelligence. I just have to remove the interference so that I can live well. So chiropractic is and I think that's what Chiro Sushi does, Samurai, is it's and. Like you can do this and that. You can have this mentor and that. Like it's inclusive, it's not exclusive. And I think Tristan does a really good job, and so do you, Jim, of uniting individuals. And that's really what the boot camp is about. So the boot camp is about, there are individuals who are in the boot camp who are still in school and they recognize, like I did. So I hired Tony Palermo as my coach 5 months before I ever opened my practice, because I knew I didn't know anything about running a chiropractic office. I was a good chiropractor. I had a huge motivation. I had 2 children, 3 years old and under. I had gigantic debt, and I had to hit the ground running. And I did that. I went from 0 to 180 office visits in 89 days and continued to scale my business. And it wasn't by chance. It was by training. It was by growing. It was by knowing systems. And so in the boot camp, there are individuals who are students, as well as individuals who's been in practice for 40 years, and they're not willing to just settle. They always want to be at their best. And so the boot camp gives that opportunity, regardless of where you're at in practice. You'll find a place there because there's opportunity to grow. There's opportunity to learn. There are opportunities to work on your weaknesses and make them better, as well as grow your strengths, right? So it's taking this and going here, as well as pulling these up. And it's just, I'm so proud of the community of boot campers that we have brought together. And Chiro Sushi Summit in June, we're coming for you. We're coming. You are going to know we're there. I'm not telling you all of the secrets right now, but if you'd like to be a part of an incredible group at Summit, contact me and I'll hook you up.
Yeah, that's really cool, and seeing your fire for the profession and seeing the leadership that you hold a place at the table for, I think is really it's something authentic and it's real. And I think people respond well to you and your coaching and your systems. And I think that that's something that's very much needed is the warmness of the relationship, but get some SHIT done and hit it hard and go fast and furious and be relentless. I love that you say that. And I think that the more things that people realize that there has to be a connection, a fundamental connection. I played soccer for 22 years. And before when I coached soccer, I would make sure that the first week of practice, my guys didn't touch a ball. They ran. They became elite runners before they became elite with the soccer ball. So that's kind of where we have to go back to the fundamentals of chiropractic training, is we have to get people to understand that there's these fundamentals that you can't move forward with until you build up these fundamental things, which are marketing, systems, strategy, branding, all these things that you coached, mentality, headspace, head to the heart connection, heart to the head connection. I mean, there's these things, these intangibles, but they are the fundamentals. So let's talk about the robustness of this program that you teach people and what people might have in store for them if they did join in with you.
Yeah. So, and Kat, thanks for all of the comments that you're popping in there, and Dan McCoy too. It's always fun to do these and see people's comments. So thank you. It encourages those of us behind the camera, or in front of the camera, I guess it is. So the robustness. So I'm so thankful, like Tristan, the things that he says always stick with me. And he said, you know what, Barb, you provide more content than any other coach. And maybe he's told that to others. I don't know. I don't believe that to be true. The boot camp has a lot of content. And I will tell you that as of February, it's no longer going to be, hey, Tim, I love you. It's no longer going to be a lifetime. So if you want to get in on a lifetime membership of the boot camp, you got to do it before February 1st. And so what do I mean by that? Well, the boot camp is 3 parts. There's the membership portal, which is where the basis of the 56 days of intense trainings with homework assignment, every single training video of that 56 has a homework assignment. And then there's over 50 additional trainings. So let me tell you something else that's really cool about the boot camp. It was all created in 2017. This isn't like recycled crap from the 90s or the early 2000s. It was all created in 2017. So it's relevant. It's innovative. In order for a system to be successful, it must be measurable, reproducible, innovative, and we must eliminate discretion. It's all of those. And so individuals in the boot camp are encouraged to go hard, go fast, 56 days. And then there's all of this other content for you as well, whether it's training your team, it's, like the summit that Jim did with me and the marketing summit, you get that. It has everything from A to Z, even like we were talking about mindset. In week 1, I'm pretty sure it's day 6. It's about conviction. What are your convictions of your life, your convictions in your personal life, your convictions about chiropractic care, your convictions? Like, are you a person who's convicted of what you say and how you live your life? Because how you do life, that's who you are. You don't get to say like, well, this is what's really important to me, but yet this is how you live your life. Conviction. And so we go through that, and also then that leads into, the other 7 weeks. But it's very, like, everyone, when you join the boot camp, you do a welcome video, and the whole boot camp tribe comes around and smacks you on the back. And I'll take Robin Hale. She always says, get ready, like, buckle up. It's going to be a ride. I promise you. So that's the boot camp.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I know that you said that you're pushing around 100 members right now. And let's talk about some goals that you have for the Bootcamp tribe and something that you might be looking forward to 2018.
Yeah, so the boot camp kicked off in May. And yeah, of course, I had goals associated with how many members I wanted. I will tell you, it's had a bigger impact than I ever really imagined, especially the camaraderie of the tribe. One of our members has had a really tough year, and with family stuff. And then she was really sick, and everyone just like circled around her. You know, like here in Alaska, we have muskox, right? And the herd is all out here, and the babies all stay in the middle, right? So the babies are inside of this herd for protection, for warmth, for all of that. And I feel like that's like the boot camp, is that we circle around each other and we help one another out. So where would I like our membership to be by December 31st? I'm a 10X girl. What can I say?
I love it. I love it.
Keep 10X where we are.
Keep it simple, keep it real, keep it applicable, keep it fundamental for people to actually wrap their heads around it. I think that that's one of the coolest things about doing these interviews, is it allows people to shine a spotlight on who they are, what they're doing, and where they're going. And I think that that's the trueness of any story, is the before, the during, and the after. And I think that that's really the most beautiful thing about these chiropractic interviews, is we can take somebody on a story and a journey. We can interject with each other and have a conversation, and we can like bring our audience into it. One of the guys on here, Christian Esteban, he's a copywriter. He does copyright email marketing for chiropractors. He's awesome, but he reached out to me because of the movie that I made, Luke and I made, the chiropractic documentary. His chiropractor turned him on to us, and then he reached out to me, and I said, if you want to learn about chiropractic, get your butt to Chiro Sushi. So Christian Esteban came out to Chiro Sushi. Lo and behold, he got some clients from being a part of that tribe, and now his career is going in a better direction because he got to the Chiro Sushi Summit, which I know that, you know, just because of the people on this feed, I hope to see everybody there. I hope to see everybody be a part of that group. And then you guys
want to be part of the cool kids there, I'm telling you, you're going to want to connect with me. I got cool stuff coming at Summit to put us all together. And that's all I can say.
And, you know, I just want to go out there and invite everybody that's on the feed to go ahead and put in the comments where you guys are coming in from, because, you know, it's always cool to see the people where they're positioned in the world, and where they're, like we were talking about this earlier, like people can come from all over the world. Like I'm considering doing a UK Chiro Hustle month after the women's group is done. But I think that, you know, the more that we get like the outreach and the outstretch of people getting eyes on these stories, these little segments that we're doing, these interviews, whatever we want to call them, the Facebook Lives. There she is. Kat's always with us, man. She is coming in. She's coming in from Salt Lake City. She's always participating. She's always supporting. And she's not even a chiropractor.
Wow, that's awesome. We love you, Kat.
Neither is Christian Esteban. Neither is Dan McCoy.
Neither are you.
I know, right? So neither is Tristan.
Yeah.
So we're getting like influence. We got Rebecca coming in from Biddeford, Maine, which is, I'm sure it's bitter cold Maine. Yeah. Pacific North, or no, Atlantic Northwest.
Oh, wow. Tim is -18. It's like 20 in Alaska.
It's like 45 here in Grand Junction.
It's so warm. Send your snow here, everyone. Please send us your snow. We want it. We have 21 degrees. It's not even cold. We snow machined the other day. It was -7.
Let me check my Grand Junction weather. Grand Junction, 39 degrees, 39.
Oh, wow. McCoy's joining us from Jersey. And I'm just going to do a shout out right now to my rock star,
Yeah,
Myra.
please do.
She is the bomb. Myra, are you down there? She is. You got to come up here. If you guys want to know how I am everywhere, I'm telling you, it's this girl. And McCoy, she's taken. There she is. This is my girl, Myra. And I love her, and I couldn't be doing all of this without her, for sure. So thank you, darling.
Thank you, Myra.
Yeah. Jim says thank you, too.
Dan has 13 degrees there in Pennsfield. Is it New Jersey?
Jersey.
He's coming in from
Colorado.
He's coming in from
Andrea, what is it in Palm Springs? 80?
5 degrees in Boston.
That's not so bad.
5 degrees in Boston?
I mean, Honestly, so, hey, there's Tim Schaub said, hi, Myra. So here, since moving to Alaska, this is my definition of cold, is if I'm at risk of like frostbite, it's cold. Other than that, zip it, sister. You just got to have better gear. And actually, my husband bought me beaver boots last fall, and I have a beaver coat and I have beaver boots and I have a beaver hat, and it's really warm.
Well, we've had a very warm year here. Dan McCoy, not Dan McCoy, but Dan Golden said, I think it's 50 in Colorado Springs today. So it's the story's out, guys. It's warm in Colorado. You can move here if you want to. There's plenty of space.
There's no room in Alaska. Don't move here.
And yeah, Dan Golden is right. It will be a lot warmer, I think, in Las Vegas in June.
Yes, you better get to Summit. I mean, it is just, I cannot wait. I'm so excited. I wasn't even a speaker last year and still brought a ton of people because I think it's really important. So Tristan, thank you. Kim, thank you. Dan, thank you. And Ryan, thank you. Love you guys. And I'm so appreciative of what you've created.
Damn beaver. Can't take that guy anywhere.
You can't take him anywhere. Definitely not Facebook Live. That's awesome.
But it's an open forum, and that's one of the things that makes this really fun. We get a chance to have interaction from people all over the country, all over the world. We get the chance to laugh and share stories, like I said earlier. And something that I wanted to say thank you to you, Dr. Barb, is you sponsor Chiro Hustle podcast, and you're one of 15. And I can't say enough of what it means for us to have the support of the chiropractic world, supporting what we do on a day-to-day, week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year basis. And as you've probably seen from being around the tribe, you've seen us go fast and furious. And we're following your go hard, go fast, be relentless. I have the note right there. I'm sure you've seen us doing that. And also, thank you for the Chiro Sushi tribe for trusting me to come out and do those Facebook Live interviews there last summit, because that really sparked my career, and it gave me that momentum path, and it gave me that much more confidence and self-esteem. And I know that was one of the things we talked about earlier, about what coaching does for someone. And let's talk a little bit about that, what it does to have that confidence and self-esteem, and what it does to turn someone's practice around once they catch that. You've made it to Chiro Hustle Live. Sit back and learn from the greatest influencers in the profession. This episode is brought to you by Clothes for Chiro, Chiro Sushi, Barbara Eaton's 56-day Chiropractic Bootcamp, California Jam, Move Well University, the Black Diamond Club, Pure Chiro Notes, the Chiro Dex app, Dr. Alok Trivedi, Chiro Spark, Chirogram, Chiropractic Wealth Management, 8 Weeks to Wellness, Integrative Freedom, and Element Mattresses. Let's hustle.
Yeah, and thanks for that. So I'm a personal coaching, definitely, like, that's my thing. I've always had a personal coach. I can look at times when I've been in between coaches. So Tony Palermo and I coached 14 and a half years. So, I encourage all of you to really find, like, how I choose my coaches isn't like who's going to make me feel really good, but instead who's going to cause me to level up and be my very best, to be out of my comfort zone, to push me harder than I'm pushing myself. I was an athlete, and you said you were an athlete too. And I remember, man, I played softball and I was a pitcher, and Linda Allen was my coach for, I think, probably 3 of my hardest years of softball. And that woman pushed me like to no end. And it was awesome because I was able to really be at my optimum potential. And that's what coaching really is. Like, a coach is the person who helps you be who you want, who you have to be in order to get what you want, to live the way that you want to. And having a personal coach too is the person who helps you see your own blind spots, because we're just like running the things all day, every day. And maybe you don't see like, oh my gosh, do you see this potential you have right here in this team member or in your community? Or, like when I was in practice, one of the things that I wanted to be known as like is one of the best damn business people in my town. So like if Facebook Live had been, thanks, Dr. Rebecca, you're doing awesome. Yeah, she's a private coaching client. Is like right now, one of the reasons to do Facebook Live is probably because no other business owner in your town is doing them. And think about it too, that do Facebook Lives with all of the other business owners in your town. Like what happens? Well, it puts you as the authority. If let's say Jim owns, I don't know, the hardware store in my town, I'm going to interview him. Why? Because all of his tribe are now going to get to know me because no one else is interviewing him, because it puts me in front of more people. It expands. Plus, you know what the cool thing is I get to learn more about people. So be interested more than you're interesting. And I promise you're going to find that doors open for you that never opened for you before.
And that's like you just like when you get into the flow state and you start learning what it takes to do marketing and what it takes to interact with your community. What were you saying earlier? Like there's people that go to like the chamber events and they know everyone in there, but they're not taking care of anybody because they don't know how to close. They don't know how to do sales. I think that's like the integral part of not just knowing people, but also being able to convey to them the fundamentals of what you do, why you do it, and why subluxations have to be found and corrected. If not, you aren't really playing that role of that community leader as a chiropractor. You're just being a business owner that's mingling.
And Dr. Rebecca, she just posted up there that she did a Facebook Live with a strategic partner today. She's an event coming up. And so I said, well, let's do Facebook Lives with them. How many? As many as we can between now and the event. Like there's no rule. And if anyone tells you you post too much or whatever, ignore them. There's no rules. It's called domination. I don't want to play small. I'm playing big. And Dr. Rebecca is a great example of really leveraging personal coaching. Like when we're on coaching calls, she's not challenging everything I say. You hired me to give you advice on your business. I know what I'm doing. Trust me, go. And that's what she's done. Like go, run. Zoe Sheldon is another great example of just go. And Tim, be interested more than you're interesting. And that goes with your first visit in your office. Your practice members are coming into your office for you to listen to them. Listen to them. Ask them questions. If you don't know what questions to ask them, join the boot camp. I do tons of stuff about first visit. I'm going to give you a great new question to ask in your consultation. Who is your struggle hurting?
For me?
For a new practice member, who is your struggle hurting? During your consultation, before you're done, ask your practice member, who is your struggle hurting? Like the fact that you're hurting, the fact that you're not at optimum capacity, who is your struggle hurting? And chiropractor, who is your struggle hurting? Because you don't live on an island. If you're married, it's affecting your spouse. If you have children, it's affecting them. If you live in a community that's sick, and I promise yours is, it's hurting them. So stop playing small. Contact me. I can help you.
I agree. And something I push everybody to do is to build their Dream 100. Follow people like the top 25 podcasters that you would like to interview eventually. Or if you're smaller, like you're saying in your community, highlight the top 25 businesses that you'd like to interact with and to do an interview with them so you can cross promote your skill set through their network. I think that's like a really smart, curb appeal that you can do for other people's businesses is shine a spotlight on them and interview them. Yeah. But build your influencers and your connections. Like go interview the guy that runs the fitness club. Go interview the person where you get your coffee from. I mean, those are the people that will have your name coming out of their mouth. Like you wouldn't believe it if you just show them a little bit of, gratitude and admiration. One of our friends, Marcy McKenna, just had a write-up in her local newspaper. And think how proud she really feels about that moment of having somebody take an interest in her and writing something up about her. I think that there's a lot to be said about, giving somebody the spotlight for a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really creative way of marketing yourself into your community with these Facebook Lives and doing interviews with people and being interested in them.
Yeah, be interested more. And so about that, I just have this attitude. Everyone wants to talk to me. I mean, if they don't, I guess I'm going to find out, but I'm going to assume that they do. I don't care how big shot they are. If Donald Trump, who I'm a huge Trump fan, if he was here, I just assume he probably wants to meet me. Why? Well, why not? Why not assume that? So I only say that because like one thing I did very successfully in my practice and I teach my clients is called an elite dinner party. And I invited all of our local politicians, our state politicians, and our federal politicians to either come or send someone from your office. Oh my gosh, but what if they say no? I'm getting no right now anyway because they're not coming. So the only way I can change that is by asking, just like referrals. Everyone you don't ask a referral from, they're saying no to you right now. The only chance you have to change it is by asking them. So you might as well ask them. So interview your local politicians, your state, your federal. The worst thing they can say is no. Ask them again. Ask them again and again and again and again until you won't go away and be known as the pest. Perfect. You're going to get what you want and impact more lives.
Mm-hmm.
That's on a path.
And I think it was Michael Jordan that says, you miss every shot you don't take.
Absolutely. And trust me, they want to be in front of their camera with you than you can even imagine. So just ask them. Like Alok Trivedi just messaged me, and I remember when we were in Las Vegas, he had spoken, and we were in that
that dude is funny, by the way.
He is funny. I loved his impression of his dad.
Yes, I don't care if it's Super Mario, Super Nintendo, whatever it is, just get the grade.
Yeah. And he was sitting there. I'd never met him, but I assumed he probably wanted to meet me. I knew I wanted to meet him, so I went up and said hello. And now I would consider him a great friend. So all of you, ask people to be on your show. And your show is just simply your page. That's all.
Yeah, and I just had an opportunity over Thanksgiving break. I was back home in Iowa, and I flew out of Chicago, and I went and had lunch with Alok before I flew out. So Alok is just a phenomenal human being. He's
very smart.
Great connector. He's got a big giving, loving, serving heart. And he's also part of the Chiro Sushi family. I mean, I can't speak enough about how awesome and how much integrity is behind that brand. And the leadership, like you mentioned earlier, between Ryan Bones and Dan Golden and Tim Schaub and, the unsung hero of the chiropractic universe, Tristan Schaub. And if anybody knows anything about what's going on out there in Las Vegas, it's not so much about the rah-rah of the chiropractic movement. It's more about how can we become our own media companies? How can we mingle with the world's top entrepreneurs? How can we become influencers through the influence cycle? How can we meet people that teach people how to become, in front of the camera? How can we I just think the amount of people that he's bringing out there, like the book in the box idea. I mean, and that's just like one aspect of this whole thing, but he's bringing out there like real pop culture, like icons.
Yeah. Brian Tracy.
That have become, Brian Tracy, guys that become like mainstream. Like he's bringing the mainstream into the Chiro stream, which I think is really cool with what he's doing. And I know that's something that Billy D wants to do with CalJam even. He wants to bring the people, not just the chiropractic community, into these events. And I think that that's something similar to what Tristan and the Chiro Sushi tribe are doing, is they're bringing in, outside influences that aren't just Chiro-centric.
Yes. And all of you, please flood Tristan's box right now on Facebook with gratitude and tell him thank you. That guy works so hard. And it wasn't just like, he probably picked up the phone once and got Brian Tracy or some of these mainstream guys. He just refused, relentless. He refused to back down to bring them there for all of us. And trust me, this seminar is not a moneymaker for Tristan Schaub, Tim Schaub, Dan Golden, or Ryan Bones. They're kicking down their own money in order for all of us to be together and to learn and to grow. So please show them love. So Tristan Schaub, message him. Tim Schaub, message him, Dan Golden, and Ryan Bones, and tell them thank you. And register to come.
Yes. And flood their inboxes and their messages right now. Go out there. I did this talk at Logan last year, And I had a call to action. I was like, hey, all of you guys have a media company in your pocket right now. I want all of you to pull your phone out of your pocket, and I want you guys all to go Facebook Live from where you're sitting right now. And I just want you to say one thing, one statement, and say, I love chiropractic. And all the students got their phones out of their pockets, went Facebook Live, and they all said, I love chiropractic all at once. And you could hear.
Everyone should do that right now.
Everybody should get their phone out of their
pocket.
All right,
so listen, if you don't know how to do it, I'm going to show you. You go Facebook.
I'll do it too. Everybody that's on this live feed, I want you to go live right now with your phone. And I want you guys to say, I love chiropractic. We can do it, right?
Yeah, I don't know why not, except I can't get it off this function.
All right, so here we go. Starting live video. So I'm going live on Facebook and I'm going live on my phone right now. So just want to throw a shout out to you, Barb Eaton. I have you on the live stream with me right now. There you are. We're doing a live of a live. And I'm just going to say, I love chiropractic, and that's why we do what we do.
I love chiropractic.
So I'm going to finish up my interview over here on Be Live TV with Barb Eaton. But hey, Nick, what's up, dude? But hey, John Mark, thanks for joining me on this live feed.
I love chiropractic.
Jennifer Trent's on here with me too. So this is behind the scenes of an interview I'm doing over here with Barb Eaton. She's actually in Eagle River, Alaska. I'm in Grand Junction, Colorado. And now I'll show you what she looks like over here. There she is. And I'm off. I know, taboo. But now everyone can hear. We're live. So I'm going to say thanks, everybody, for being on. Tabor Smith, come over on the Jim Chester page and check out the live interview I'm doing with Barbara Eaton. Hey, Jennifer, I'm just going to say signing off here. I'm going to pay attention over here now. I love chiropractic.
That's right. So that's how it was. And I hope all of you noticed, we didn't have a script. We just went. And I got to tell you, you don't have to have a script. And you don't have to, if you want tricks, ladies, it's called dry shampoo. Dry shampoo is a wonderful thing. And you can have one of these in your drawer. It's lipstick. That's all I do for my Facebook Lives. And I invite you to do the same. And then just roll.
Dan McCoy says he can't do it because he's watching us, silly. So everybody that's watching now, when you finish, go do a Facebook Live and just simply say, I love chiropractic.
Yes, I love chiropractic. And join us at Chiro Sushi. I mean, seriously, it will be the most monumental chiropractic event you do this year. I know there are lots of good ones, but this is really, this is the one to be at. And make sure if you're going to be there, message me. I got cool stuff for you if you want to be included in the Cool Kids Club.
And what I can say too is when no one else was interested in Jim Chester, you know who was? Tristan Schaub.
Now we all love you, Jim.
So he prospected me from seeing what we'd been doing with the movie and the screenings that I've been doing and all the posting and engagement that I got. He's like, we need you to be a part of this whole group. And, I can't say enough of what it's done for my career and the roads that it's built for me. I didn't even have to build most of these roads anymore. They were built for me now. So thank you for that whole tribe of community. And you guys should all join the Samurai group, Mentor Up, Chiro Sushi Samurai. It's just 30 leaders in the profession that are at your resource. One of them is Dr. Barb. One of them is me. And a lot of the people on this feed are mentors as well. So, if you don't know what that means, it's like having a coach. But now you have a whole tribe of coaches under one umbrella. And not to say that my screening systems aren't awesome and Dr. Barb's coaching systems aren't awesome, but now you have access to all of us with our systems that are in this Chiro Sushi family, which I think the Samurai is, like I said earlier, it supersedes all these other little micro groups, and it brings those people that are running the micro groups inside of this major group.
Mm-hmm. What's so funny is I remember how many times I walked around the corner at Sushi last year and we never talked.
I was interviewing people the whole time. I think I did like 25 interviews in 2 days there.
But I should have gone up and said,
You should have said, why?
Introduced you and said, why am I not in front of your camera? And I didn't. This coming year, though, like June, domination.
Hopefully I'm not working the whole time.
You will be. That's what we do. Like so just all of you, so that you know, we have several more interviews coming up. And one of them is going to be behind the scenes. How did we get here?
You know, when you get to the top of a mountain, you just don't land there, you know?
Yeah, especially Jim's a hiker. We hike a lot out here too. Did you hike when you were here in Alaska?
Last year I did, 2 years ago, I did Flat Top is what it's called.
Oh, that's the city hike. Have you looked at the videos of Mount Marathon, the 4th of July in Seward? So Google that, Mount Marathon, Seward, Alaska, the 4th of July. It's epic.
I went to Seward and I went on one of those the iceberg tours or whatever you do, like the fjords. Yeah, I did that, and I don't do well on water. That thing tore me up.
We were coming back from fishing a couple years, 4th of July's ago, and one of those tour boats were out in weather that it was so bad. My husband was like, put your life jacket on. And we had like an Armstrong, like basically a tank in the water. And that's how bad it was. And that Kenai Fjords boat was out at Ayalik, and it was going like this. And I just thought, oh my goodness, those poor individuals on that boat are never going to get on a boat again, because I'm sure they were hurling. It was bad. It was a bad storm.
I mean, I'm good on the Mississippi River because it's kind of cold water. But every time I get out into a big body of water, I just feel like a bobber, and I just turn green and I don't feel good. So,
ginger. You got to eat ginger.
Really? Ginger?
Yeah. Ginger.
I'll try it again. But every time I do, it's like a sabotage. Like I went out there, it was like a 6-hour cruise, and you feel like you want to get your money's worth and you want to be on the water for a long time. And I'm like, after an hour, can we just go back? I've already seen like a whale. I've seen like porpoises. I've seen like icebergs. I've seen coastline. I've seen all this cool stuff. Can you guys just bring me back? Like, take everybody else out. I just want to go home.
That's funny. So, if you ever do that on a fishing boat, it's called buy the boat. So you buy everyone's basically what they paid, and then they'll take you back in. People won't like you, but you can buy the boat.
I'll just suffer for the next 4 hours, I guess.
Well, you have to come on our boat.
Hey, I'll be back up in Alaska in August.
In August. That's going to be so exciting. And maybe we'll have better weather this year. I know it's kind of cold last year.
Well, I'll be working 10-hour days, so anything after that event will be a blessing to not be working. So hopefully I can come to Eagle River and spend some time with you and Myra.
But how many cool people and interesting individuals did you meet at the Alaska State Fair? Right?
Well, before I do the Alaska State Fair, I always tell people not to do state fairs. I always tell people to stay away from county fairs. So it really means that I love what I do. If I go do like 12 straight days of 10-hour days to the Alaska State Fair, that means
it's exhausting.
It's so exhausting, and you get tired of fair food, and you get tired of like the mentality of people.
Yeah.
See, Dan McCoy even says, forget about big boats.
Well, and I think that wasn't your booth down by where the concerts were? Were you down that strip?
I just know we are on the Red Path, and we are next to, we were next to like a little home shop and a religious deal and some palm readers. I don't know.
Did you have your palm read?
I didn't.
Hey, Shawn Dill.
Shawn Dill's on with us now. Thanks for joining us, Dilly.
Thanks. Dilly. Hey, Shawn, was that your name at Logan? I don't remember Dilly, the Y being there, but perhaps I just don't remember. We were both at Logan. He was a year ahead of me at Logan.
He's the man of many names. Shank Dilly, Black Diamond Club Master.
Oh no! All right, so that one's new. All right. Hey, Jim, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for investing, 3.5 hours with me now. He's the Shawn Combs of chiropractic.
P. Diddy.
Although, isn't P. Diddy the one that
Sean Diddy.
Isn't P. Diddy the one that wants to buy the Carolina Panthers?
More power to him. You know, Gary Vee wants to buy the New York Jets.
Okay, so do you know why he wants to buy the Panthers? For all the people who
I don't know.
Don't want to stand during the Pledge of Allegiance. We'll put that on another interview.
I didn't know that.
I'm a very patriotic person.
I'm not. I stay out of the media. Like, people talk to me about stuff with other countries. I'm like, I don't know. I'm trying to find a sandwich.
And go to the bathroom. You better not keep challenging that bladder there, my friend.
I'm the Shawn Combs of chiropractic. That's what Shawn says.
Yeah, I saw that.
Hopefully he buys a school then.
There you go. The Dilly School. The Shawn Dilly School.
Well,
I know what the mascot will be.
I know he has a lot of influence on what's going on over in Australia with the first chiropractic. I guess they're the first subluxation based real chiropractic school that's producing real chiropractic that's going to be opening up this year with Patrick Sim and Billy Chow. And if you guys want to see those boys light it up, come out to the Berkshires out here in April. But Shawn has a lot to do with how the things are happening over in Australia with that school. So props to you.
That's awesome. And props to IFCO too. I'm sure that they have been instrumental in that, though I haven't followed it as much. So thank you for doing that around the world. Appreciate it.
Well, I just want to say thank you to you, Dr. Barb, for being on the live stream with me today, Chiro Hustling. It was like an afternoon session. It turned into like an early evening session. But we covered a lot of topics. Is there anything that I didn't cover with you that you would like to share with our audience before we jump off, like maybe where to find how to join the 56-day boot camp?
Yeah, so that's a really great point. And you and I had just talked about this. So I've been coaching chiropractors since '99, and I've never had like a click and join. So how, like anyone that is in the boot camp or does private coaching with me, you got to talk to me first. And the reason why is I'm not a fit for everybody. I am a fit for those individuals who really want to drive hard, who refuse to just be good, that they want to be great. And so I offer you a complimentary coaching session before you join the boot camp or before you do private coaching. And so I would encourage you to reach out to me, Dr. B at drbarbaraeaton.com. You can also Facebook message me. It's pretty simple. You can see me from here. It's Dr. Barbara Eaton. And let's get together. There's no charge. There's no obligation. Yeah, I'm going to ask you tough questions. That's how we reveal our truth, right? So that's the best way to get in touch with me. Do something, get engaged. Please do not accept mediocrity, because you are hurting others, namely yourself, when you are willing to just accept status quo. So in the words of Dr. Chelsea Rainey, who is a boot camp member, she says, this is 20 great teen. So I invite you to reach out. Let's chat on the phone. If we're a fit, I'll let you know what I have to offer. If we're not, I'll direct you to somebody who would be a great fit for you. There are lots of great coaches within Sushi and outside of Sushi that I'd be happy to connect you with. But let's start somewhere and make sure that 20 great teen is your year to shine.
I like that. And everybody that's joined us, Jose, Tim, I know that we've had 62 comments on this interview, our chat session here. Just want to say, like Russell Simmons always said to everybody, love and appreciate you. Good night and God bless. And I think that that's something that I grew up listening to Def Comedy Jam. And Dan McCoy just put your email address into the chat there. But, you know, I grew up watching Def Comedy Jam with Russell Simmons, and I always resonated with him saying, you know, being biblical about life and saying good night and God bless. And I think that that's something that we can't take away from ourselves as we go forward with our lives, as removing God from our life. And I think that just saying that one thing, God bless you, really speaks volumes to people out there. And I just want everybody to know that I do appreciate every single one of you that is a part of our tribe, that comes on and watches these live streams and participates with us and enjoys the content that we create. And with that, Dr. Barb, I just appreciate you spending like 3.5 hours of your day with me today. I didn't intend on that. Like, it just happened organically. And now we created an amazing episode of the Chiro Hustle live stream for people to clasp onto and to learn. And if you guys didn't hear earlier, create your Dream 100. Create the 100 people of influence that you want to interact with over 2018, and make that something that you really focus in on. And make it the podcasters, the bloggers, the whatever it is, the marketing that you're interested in. Make your Dream 100 and figure out how to weave those people into your life.
And just ask. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just take action. Like, perfect it later. I don't know when. Just take action. And those of us who hustle, like Chiro Hustle, which is why I love that name, it's not that we're doing things perfectly. It's progress over perfection. And you figure it out after you jump. But the most important thing, I love, Grant Cardone says, starve fear of time. Starve fear of time. Just go. Like, whatever it is, just go. And it's not going to be perfect, but you're going to be doing it way better than having done nothing at all. If you need help, we're here to help you.
And I was always told, you don't have to get it right, but you have to get it going.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, get it going.
Well, all right, Barb. I'll say farewell to you for now up in the upper, what do they say? The upper one? Is that the one up above us? Like the state of Alaska? Like, we're the lower 48, right?
We are number one. Yeah.
If you looked at it in the phone book, you guys would be the first one, I think.
Alaska, Arkansas, what other? Alabama.
Arizona.
I think Alabama beats us. ALA.
Damn,
we're ALAS. They are ALAB. Dang it, we're still number one.
All right, we'll see you.
See ya.
Thank you for listening to Chiro Hustle Live. Don't forget to subscribe and check back next week to continue hustling.